Assalamu alaikum. I am MUWATKHAT, Senior O-Level Islamiyat teacher. Today's video is about the events of the first year of Hijra. Please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Let's start the video. A 10-mark question may be describe the events of the first year of Hijra. Here is a complete mind map of the topic. The first paragraph is about his arrival in Madinah. He arrived Quba on 8 Rabiul Awwal, where he led the first Friday congregational prayer. On the 12th of Rabiul Awwal, he arrived Madinah. He was warmly welcomed there, and everyone wanted him to stay at his home. He told them that his she-camel was divinely instructed. It stopped in front of Hazrat Abu Ayyub Ansari's house. The Prophet stayed there till his own apartments were ready with the mosque. The next paragraph is about the population of Madinah. Madinah was called Yasrib at that time. It had a combination of different tribes and communities. Two Arab tribes, Aus and Khazraj. Initially, they were polytheists. Most of them had embraced Islam after the pledges of Aqaba. There were three Jewish tribes, Banu QAINUQAH, Banu QURAIZAH, and Banu NADEER. Banu QAINUQAH were mainly goldsmiths and bankers, used to give loans on interest. Their alliance was with Abdullah bin Ubay. Banu NADEER were the agriculturists, and they were in alliance with Khazraj tribe. Banu QURAIZAH were also the agriculturists, and they were the ally of Aus tribe. Together, they all were united and exploiting the Arabs. Then there were hypocrites who were showing that they were Muslims, but in fact they were not. New community of Madinah was of Muhajirin who had immigrated from Mecca. The next paragraph is about the construction of a mosque. The mosque plays a central role in a Muslim's life. The land for the first mosque was purchased from two orphans, Sohail and Sahal, and the Holy Prophet himself worked hard with his companions to complete the building. This mosque was known as the Mosque of the Prophet or Masjid-e-Nabawi. It is referred to in the Quran in the following words. There is a mosque whose foundation was laid from the first day on piety. It is more worthy of you standing forth for prayer therein. In it are men who love to be purified, and Allah loves those who make themselves pure. Surah number 9, ayat number 108. The mosque was square in shape, and its walls were made of unbaked bricks. The roof was of mud and dead palm leaves, and the trunks of dead palm trees were used for pillars. A large platform with a thatched roof was built in one of the corners of the mosque. This was known as Sufa. It became the training center for Islamic education and also a shelter for poor Muslims, especially the immigrants from Mecca. Two huts were added to the mosque for the wives of the Holy Prophet, Hazrat Sauda and Hazrat Aisha. After the Holy Kaaba, the Masjid-e-Nabawi is the holiest mosque. The next paragraph is about the Azan. After the completion of the mosque, a meeting was called in order to decide about the method of calling for the congregational prayers. The companions suggested different methods. But the words which Hazrat Abdullah bin Zayd and Hazrat Umar heard in their dreams were approved, and the system of azan came into practice. Hazrat Bilal was the first muezzin. The next paragraph is about the brotherhood. The Muhajirin had left all their assets in Mecca for the sake of Islam. Many of them happened to be quite rich, but they too had migrated secretly, leaving behind their homes and wealth. The Ansar were ready to accommodate them generously, but the Prophet knew that there should be some permanent arrangement for the migrants. They were accustomed to manual labor and self-reliance. When the construction of the Prophet's mosque was nearing completion, he summoned the two communities at the house of Hazrat Anas bin Malik. By then the total number of migrants was 45, as there were many already settled in Abyssinia since 615 AD. The Prophet said to the Ansar, "These Muhajirin are your brothers." Then he called one from the Muhajirin and one from the Ansari and declared, "Each of you is a brother to the other." The Ansar took their brothers in faith to their homes, gathered all their stock, and shared the whole equally. The Ansar mainly earned by cultivating their oases, but the Muhajirin were mainly traders and knew nothing about agriculture. So it was decided that the Ansar would manage the whole business and give half the produce to the Muhajirin. Some of the major examples of this pairing is as follow: Abu Bakr with Kharija bin Zayd, Umar bin Khattab with Itban bin Malik, Usman with Aus bin Sabit, Zubair bin Al-Awwam with Salama bin Waqsh, Salman Farsi with Abu Darda, and Musab bin Umair with Hazrat Abu Ayyub Ansari, and so on. The next paragraph is the Charter of Madinah. As soon as the Prophet was settled in Madinah, he called together the Muslims and the Jewish tribes for consultation. After an exchange of views, an agreement was reached which granted equal rights to the Jews with full liberty to follow their own faith without any interference by the Holy Prophet or his followers. It stated that the Muslims and Jews were allies and would help each other, that neither party would commit aggression against the other, and that in case of an attack on Medina, both Muslims and Jews would defend it. It guaranteed freedom of worship for the Jews. It also guaranteed protection of their life and property. The treaty also established the Holy Prophet as the leader and the head of the state of Medina.